Hey, welcome to Small Talk Sundays, where I just do some small talk on Sundays. So I'm going to apologize in advance for what I'm about to do, but I got hacked! So here's how it all transpired. So I was in the middle of doing a bunch of my audio cut things for editing the next video. And then while I'm doing that, my friend on Discord sends me a screenshot of my character online, which I was not, sending him a tell saying, Square Enix should not allow this update at such a sensitive time. Please vote against it on the Final Fantasy XIV forum post before they ruin the game. And then it shows a link. So I saw that and I was like, time out! And I dropped everything. And I went straight to logging into Final Fantasy XIV. Really sped up the whole thing, tried to log back into my character, and I was greeted with the whole, hey, your character's still online, so you gotta wait. So then I sat there and waited and just kept freaking spamming the freaking clicker the whole time, just for like a solid minute or two, until I could finally log into my character. And I found my character standing next to the old Aetherite with someone shouting in chat of a warning to ignore anything about people being told a /tell thing, and that the person has already reported 2 players. So apparently it was not just me, but it was someone else as well. And the person proceeded to slap the crap out of my character with a bunch of /slap emotes, but that's fine, whatever. I didn't bother trying to correct anything or clear anything up. I went straight for the ticket thing, because if people were already yelling about my character sending /tells, I probably have 1,500 different reports about my character in particular being launched to the GMs. So I went straight for the in-game ticket so I could explain myself to the GMs and mention that my account was hacked. So I went and submitted that, and I also committed a full computer scan, which I probably should have waited until I got to my retainers, because what I did afterwards, I sat at the loading screen for New Gridania for a long while, because that's where I decided to hearth back, and I sat next to the innkeeper and nothing was loading in because full computer scan, but I wanted this whatever on my computer done and over with. So in order to expedite the process, I just exited out of the game before going into the inn, because I intended to come back in later after the full computer scan was over. So I did that. I exited out of the game and I went to the launcher and I went to the password reset feature, and I did all of that, and I also activated the one-time password deal, and then I tried to get back into my account after all that was said and done, but I was given the notification that my account was suspended. Now, my friend later turned on timestamps to see the time as to when the other person logged on my character, when my friend received the tell, and when they were forcefully logged off when I attempted to log in. They logged on to my character at 4:31 p.m. CST, October 3rd, 2020. They sent the tell to my friend at 4:40 p.m. October 3rd, 2020. They were forcefully logged out at around 4:43 or 4:44 p.m. October 3rd, 2020, and I logged in personally at 4:44 p.m. October 3rd, 2020. This person was on my character for a total of 13 minutes. 13 minutes was the length of which they were on my character. And all the actions that they took within those 13 minutes immediately got me to suffer a suspension for an indeterminate amount of time. 13 minutes was all it took. And I checked my inventory and my guild, and I didn't notice anything really missing. So they went on to my character and started immediately just spreading the word. I don't even know if they even had time to just pull things out of my retainers at that point, because, well, quite frankly, I didn't check. So they're probably completely emptied out of all the things I collected in there throughout my time on Final Fantasy XIV. So I can't confirm whether they was stolen or not when I filled in the reports and requests for support assistance. So yeah, 13 minutes was all it took for the person to act out the actions sufficient enough to warrant a suspension, an immediate suspension without notice, because I have not gotten a single email from Square Enix regarding the details of my suspension. So they simply dropped the whole little ban hammer on me without a single word, and I don't really know what really triggered the suspension. Was it a detection of some other person logging in on the account and some suspicious activity, or was it from the mass amount of people reporting my character? Because I feel like if it was more from the mass amount of people reporting my character, the suspension is going to be a lot more rougher of a punishment than if my account was detected with suspicious activity. So I have a feeling it was because of all the people that reported me at the time, and I may end up be suspended or even permanently banned, or at this point I have no idea, because I have been given no information as to the details of the nature of my suspension from Square Enix's point of view. So I am now sitting here in limbo, just been trying to figure out what to really do from here, because I can't collect any footage for the video ad plan to upload next. But before anyone starts yelling at me, yes, I know I'm a complete freaking idiot for clicking on the link to begin with. I understand. But I don't really recall really visiting that website at all, but I probably did. I just probably forgot because my memory is absolutely abhorrent. So I suppose I did at that one point and then eventually just forgot that I did that. So yeah, I am especially strongly disappointed and upset with my own self on this because I've been on WoW for 15 years. I've seen this thing happen so many times to other people and me. This is not my first rodeo getting hacked. So you would suspect that I would be way more trained to not click links people send me. But apparently that's not true because of how stupid I am. I did get one person to respond to me from support, but I was asleep during the time, so I had a delayed response. But all they told me was to refer to the email that they sent me about my disciplinary action or whatever. I didn't get any email. I didn't get a single email from Square Enix regarding my suspension. So, yeah. With WoW, I at least got some notifications, okay? Shoot, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think my account was ever suspended from it. All I did was do a password check before anything happened, and I was right back to it. Yeah. So Square Enix is really fast on that disciplinary action thing. I guess it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's kind of a bad thing because of the nature of this one. The worst part about it is I realized this person, I'm not the only account that they had access to. If there was other people spreading this around, it's probably a group of people or a person with a lot of bots. The fact of the matter is that this suspension is doing absolutely nothing against the person who was hacking my account. So yeah, there is only one person really suffering from all this. All I did was set them back a little bit in terms of setting back a target. But other than that, I'm pretty sure they're extremely well aware that anyone that catches onto their botting schemes or hacking schemes will get banned. But the thing is, it's not the culprit being banned. It's the person who was being hacked being banned. So with all of that said and done, I am currently in a Final Fantasy XIV limbo. Final Fantasy XIV is off the list at the moment in terms of content until further notice. So with that said, I gotta figure something out to do. It also sucks because I didn't get to do Shadowbringers, which I'm told is like the best expansion of all of the ones, so I guess I'm just gonna have to settle with the Stormblood experience until further notice. I'm coming off grumpy because I am. I'm very grumpy right now at just about a lot of things. I understand why Square Enix disciplinary action don't count. Just, I don't like it because it's not doing anything to the culprit, because the culprit is extremely well aware of what's gonna happen once they get caught. And now I'm suspended because the actions of someone else taking control of my character for 13 minutes. A month and a half of progress potentially thrown out the window over 13 minutes of someone on my account. I'm really emphasizing the 13 minutes because I'm also wanting this to be a PSA to everyone. I'm pretty sure you're all freakishly well aware of the internet rules of never clicking links. So me saying this is just simply beating a dead horse, but I'm going to say it anyway. Don't be clicking links. In fact, here's a little trick to identify whether a link is fishy or not. So I want you to look at the link and look at the way it's organized. Now, what I really want you to pay attention to is the last little bit here before the first slash that comes up in the line. Do you see that? It says s.top/ at the end. Now, .top is a generic top-level domain which is automatically blocked by some IPSs because of how often they're used for phishing purposes. If you see a .top within the first little strand of words before the first slash, that is a surefire way to tell if that is a phishing website or not. Even though it did say .com in the whole string, it was not immediately followed with a slash. It was followed with a -s.top/. So if you see a .com in there, but you don't see it end with a slash immediately after, that little string of information is not complete yet. So to anyone listening to this, let this also be a precaution for you in the future. Look out for .top/. I've been made aware that this is a rather pandemic thing going on, which is kind of an ironic choice of words, but apparently these people have been doing this for years is from what I'm hearing, and they've still not been caught. So this whole procession of suspending players, which I'm assuming has been the same practice since all the way back ye olden days, is obviously not working, and something else needs to be done. And the only people suffering are the players who was a victim of this little hacking thing and potentially suspended or even banned and forced forced to walk away from the game. Now, I was having a really great time with Final Fantasy XIV all around. Really enjoying the story, enjoying the experience, enjoying the community and whatnot, and having a good old blast with the whole thing. But if this suspension holds on for a really long time, like weeks, months even, I'd probably be lost at that point and would have to walk away from the game, because that's a long time of no content of any regards. So that is my current predicament, and I'm now just simply waiting on something to happen with my suspension. I apologize to everyone for the inconvenience of not being, first and foremost, being slow in general of uploading content on the channel, but now I'm stuck with the predicament of being stuck with a very limited amount of footage to really work with Final Fantasy XIV in general, and that pool is really small as is, and I wanted to get this other video out before uploading a certain other series of videos. So yeah, that's kind of been put on hold by proxy. Yeah. That's the only thing I wanted to talk about, because it's the only thing that's kind of concerning me right now. So, yeah, I might pick up some other games. I was eyeballing horror games, despite the fact that I'm not a horror person. So, yeah, there's that potential. I do have a VR. That was a mistake to mention. So, yeah, there's that in case... I'm gonna hate Halloween this year. But yeah, I might tap into a bunch of that since it's October. I'm not looking forward to it at all in any regard, because I don't do well with horror games, I think. So yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, overall, that's the situation going on. Alright, I think I've complained enough for one video. That's pretty much just what this video has been about, just me complaining to the world, because way I didn't get my way. Alright, so the whole rant's over. I'm gonna end the video now. Thank you all very much for listening or watching. Stay safe out there, don't click any links, and I hope you have a wonderful life. Stay safe out there. Take care, folks.